Today's show is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play in this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn. And you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Welcome to the Retreat Leaders Podcast, your sanctuary with retreat experts, where we spill the tea on retreat success. Here we dive into crafting transformational guest experiences, talk about how to avoid pitfalls, and unlock marketing secrets. Whether you're a seasoned guru or a budding enthusiast, we've got the inside scoop for you. Join us as we learn how to flourish in this magical world of retreats.
Hey guys, welcome to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. It's Shannon, and I am here with a very new and exciting friend that I cannot wait to introduce you to. So right away, we're going to dig in because that's kind of what our topic is just hitting it and hitting it good and hard. And it's so necessary for you guys as retreat leaders to hear this message. But first of all, welcome Dora to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Shannon. So nice to be here.
I am so excited for you to be here. We're going to talk about something that I think a lot of retreat leaders I know a lot of retreat leaders shy away from it, ignore it, pretend like it's not a thing, or misunderstand it. But before we get into the topic, Dora, did you just want to tell everybody like who you are and what you do?
Yeah, well, right now I feel like I totally look like a drag queen because I just got done with this like really amazing photo shoot. So as I'm like looking at myself, I'm like, oh my God, I'm really overdone. I don't normally look like this. Normally I'm hanging out at my camper in my pajamas with my dogs. So yeah, I'm Dora Rankin. Midwestern girl from Cleveland, Ohio, hanging out with Shannon in France, in Champagne, France for the week. That's how we just met. So my background was corporate, commercial banking for 20 years. And then I built a high growth startup, exited that in 2020, which a lot of us saw a big pivot and change in 2020. And for the last 5 years, I've been coaching and business consulting primarily women founders, women entrepreneurs that are really trying to figure out and prioritize financial freedom, which is an area in the retreat world. And to do that through prioritizing relationship building strategies, also known as sales.
Sales. Don't you dare shut off this show now that you just heard that word. Don't you dare skip it, fast forward it. Stop right there because, listen, one of the things that I really enjoyed during this time in France is our workshops. And Dora led a workshop yesterday that was absolutely fabulous. And I thought we need to expand on that. We need to touch it and expand on it a little bit because as she mentioned the word sales, many of you guys probably were like, oh, but here's the other thing. I think a lot of you think you're already doing sales by throwing out marketing materials. And so could you share with us, Dora, wait a minute. Before we do that, I just want to tell you actually look beautiful.
Oh,
so this whole done up, whether you're in pajamas or not, because I've also seen you hang out in your pajamas here, I think you look beautiful. So I just had to say
Thank you.
Yes. And so would you help us and just tell us what's the difference between marketing and sales?
Okay. So if you are, I'm a LinkedIn guru. So whether you're LinkedIn or Instagram, but the other day I was scrolling through LinkedIn and saw Shannon's post recently about, if you're just posting and you have this beautiful sales page and this beautiful offer, this beautiful retreat, and you're posting about it and you're wondering why people aren't responding to you, it's because you think that that is your sales process. And so that post right up there is like the starting point for you to say, okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe I just don't know the difference between sales and marketing. And there's a lot of confusion, not just in the retreat industry and in all industries, because the thing is, marketing is sexy. Marketing is doing its job really well by marketing sexy. Like, so all of the marketing that's out there that's telling you learn SEO, learn Pinterest, learn how to build a sales page, learn the best messaging, learn the best copy. All of that is marketing to you so you can buy it to market, but it's not actually your sales process. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is understanding, well, what should I be doing to actually fill my treat if I am out there marketing all the time? What do I need to be doing differently?
Yes. And I love that she said we also should be spending 70% of our time selling, which is not marketing.
It's not
marketing. Okay. So how do you want to break this up? Tell me, I know in my brain, a lot of people that are listening are thinking, okay, well, Dora, I'm not just posting my page. I'm also doing my social media posts, and I'm doing my blogging, and I'm doing podcasts, and I'm doing all these things. Isn't that selling?
No. So the simplest answer, so we won't do a full workshop, but we're fireside chatting right now.
Yes.
But if you're like, I don't understand, tell me what the difference is. So this is where you want to get the pen and paper and write down. If you leave with anything today, leave with knowing this simple definition. The definition of marketing is how your people find you. So it is attraction. It is inbound. It is reactive. Okay? It is not really controllable. Sales is how you find your people. It is proactive and it is outbound. So what's happening is you're focusing 70 to 80% of your time on marketing, thinking that is the outbound. That's how you're putting yourself out there. But really, it's reactive, and it's how you're sitting on your hands and you're waiting for people to come to you. I have makeup on here for my little photo shoot. So here's what's missing. What's missing is that once you post, once you do your marketing, you have to have a whole outbound plan attached to it. And that outbound plan attached to your marketing, that's what's going to get you sales. So here's the thing. If you had zero marketing plan and just a sales plan, you could fill your retreat. Let me tell you, if you had zero marketing plan, no sales page, no SEO, I'm not anti any of that. I'm just saying that if you did not have a marketing plan and you input a sales plan, an outbound, how you find your people sales plan, you would be able to fill your retreat. As long as you're doing it through relationship building strategies, not just icky, pitchy sales. So, but you're not doing any outbound. That's what's wrong.
That is.
You're not doing any outbound. Zero.
That is.
Hey guys, it's Shannon. If you've been dreaming about hosting retreats or taking your existing retreats to the next level, let's make it happen together. Join me August 22nd through 24th for an unforgettable retreat leader mastermind experience. It's going to be located on my ranch in the beautiful Texas Hill Country. Here's what you'll get when you hang out with me and an amazing group of like-minded leaders. Learn my top strategies for marketing, business operations, and selling out your retreats. Connect with other passionate retreat leaders in a high-vibe, supportive circle. Recharge, relax, refresh, and soak up all the inspiration our ranch and our staff have to offer, because you deserve it. This isn't just another workshop. It's a chance to step fully into your role as a heart-centered leader while building a business that thrives. I'll be right there with you, sharing everything I've learned from the years of hosting retreats and running my own venue. Spots are super limited, so grab yours now at profitwithpurposemastermind.com. Let's create retreats that transform lives, starting with yours. That's profitwithpurposemastermind.com. I can't wait to see you there.
Can I give a small example that I think, in this way you can tell me if I'm on the right path? Because it was really eye-opening for me as well. I know I was doing sales and I am doing sales, but here's my small example of the difference between doing marketing and doing sales. So marketing is, I've got an ad out there on Facebook for my wine and unwind beach retreat, right? That's marketing. It looks beautiful. I've got the ad set up through Facebook, etc. The sales process comes in is that I'm getting people commenting and leaving messages and dropping, like tagging someone or whatever, or interacting with my ad. And then what I do is I go contact them directly. Hey, Dora, I noticed that you commented on my wine and unwind beach retreat. I'd love to chat with you about it if you want any information, no pressure, whatever, however your verbiage is. And then following up and then continuing down that nurturing line. Like they might say, no, I'm not ready yet, but I think in the future, great. But I keep them in my loop, right?
Yes.
I come back and say, hey, I'm hosting another retreat. It's closer to you, or whatever may be the case. Yes. That's the sales process, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so what happens as business owners, retreat leaders, what happens is immediately there becomes this internal friction and resistance every single time. You're like, well, I don't want to feel pushy. I don't want them to think that I'm trying to sell to them. I don't want them to feel that way. And it completely stops you in your tracks. And what's happening, and I say this all the time, is you're allowing your competition to fulfill your dream by not continuing to nurture that relationship. That the sale is there. Your fear is keeping you from actually getting the sale.
I love that.
It's just true. It's completely true. So there's a way though there's a way you can walk through that fear where you don't feel icky. So I like to call it prospecting. People call it different things, but when you're prospecting, meaning you're going and you're finding your people, no matter where they are, whether they're in a Facebook community, whether they're at a networking group, whether they're leads from your ad, you can customize your script to them so it's not gross. And that customization of your script, it's in my book, Pitch for my book, Heart Sell, but that customized script says, okay, I need to actually research them a little bit and almost pre-qualify them. Are they really even a good fit? What do we have in common? What could I potentially compliment them on? How can I authentically reach out to them where they actually know that I want to get to know them, not just sell to them? That is so important. Think of if you were ever a leader in any role of your life professionally, if you were a leader and you were managing people, in order for you to influence them and get them to do something, they sincerely needed to know that you were in it for them, not for you. And it's the same thing in sales. When you're reaching out to someone, you sincerely need to make it about them, not about you. And only sell to them if you find out that you can solve a problem, and a problem that they may not know they have. So once you send them that message, the goal isn't to sell to them. The goal is to start to build a relationship with them. And so when you're hosting retreats, it's really important that you know the people that are going before they go. So it only makes sense that they establish a relationship with you before. And so the next step means that you're then going to suggest that you get on a call. And that call is not just to pitch them the retreat. It's truly to walk them down a path to see if you can solve a problem. And it may be a problem that they don't know that they have. That's the heart sell conversation.
So there's so many amazing things that just happened in that whole spiel that you gave us. The first thing is, I also, not only do people not know the difference between marketing and sales, but they also fail to remember or realize or know that the conversation is supposed to be about that other person. Instead, we spew all the things. My retreat is this. I do this. I am this. I'm registered this. I'm certified this. This. Because of me, you should come, right?
Yes. It's because we're nervous. And I love to call that product vomiting. We cannot wait to tell you every single detail about this retreat because I'm nervous because sometime during this conversation, I'm going to have to talk about money. So I'm just going to vomit all of the value. Don't ever do that. Ever. Again, if you're doing it now, stop it. And the workaround is questions. So I can't stop asking questions because I've been doing this for 20 years because I so sincerely want to know about the other person. So when you get on a call with someone, there's then another agenda, just like the prospecting. This call, this conversation, you're asking them questions to figure out whether or not they're really a good fit. And then you're only sharing the important things that are important to them about the retreat, not what's important to you about the retreat. And you don't know that until you ask lots and lots of questions.
Yes.
Hey, it's Shannon here. I'm just popping in really quickly to ask a big favor. Would you pause the show and go review it for us? Please. Reviews really help us to be able to get more guests and more experts on the show to help you transform your retreats. So if you wouldn't mind pausing and leaving us a review, that would mean everything. And if you're not already subscribed, do that too.
Yes. And then the last thing that people probably didn't even hear you say is if you're not a fit, you're not a fit. And say that. Like I am, listen, if I contact Dora and I tell Dora, this is what I'm looking for, Dora, and Dora listens and she asks questions and she digs down and she goes, Shannon, I don't think I'm the right person you should work with. I think you should work with so-and-so. And here's why, and let me get you connected. Do you know how hard I'm going to work for Dora in the future then? Right? Even though I'm not going to be with her now, but because she really was, she was very like, look, this isn't going to be a fit. I'll waste your time and money and my time. And so how about I connect you here? So the next time I meet someone, and she's going to explain why she's not a fit, so I'll know. So the next time I meet someone, I'm going to go, you know what? You should work with Dora. Let me connect you. I swear that happens.
And it's very much an integrity thing. And it's an ecosystem building thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's where great partnerships also come in line too. And then you could just also get woo-woo with it if you want and say it's just karmic, but it is based, it's first and foremost on integrity. If you know when you're talking to someone, if you're asking the right questions and you're not just spewing your stuff, when it's like, this person is not going to get out of this retreat what they're looking for.
Yeah.
You have got to say, this is not just a dollar sign here. Because that will hurt you in the long run. Not only will it hurt you integrity-wise, but when that person shows up to your retreat and they realize they're not a fit and this isn't what they wanted and they feel like they were kind of bamboozled by you, that's going to ruin the whole feel, vibe, and energy of your retreat, period. So that's just secondary to all of this. But I just wanted to make that clear because I don't know that people heard that. And that's part of sales.
Yes. Well, and the other is we don't even talk about really... You don't even pitch your retreat until 100% that you can solve their problem. And I go like this because you are solving a problem on a retreat. Whatever they're coming for, even if it's for luxury, there's an ROI that they're getting. And what your ROI and what their ROI is can be totally different. And so if you're getting on a call and you're saying, I cannot wait to tell you about Morocco and all the amazing things that we're going to do, great. But before we talk about Morocco, I would really like to understand all of these things about you. Okay? That's so important. And then if they tell you all these things and it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. It's just not it's just not your client. It's just not your buyer. So real quick, I do want to share that as I said, you could put the marketing down tomorrow and fill your retreat. And over the years, I've been teaching relationship building, coaching relationship building as a sales technique, that's how to sell. And I found that there's only 4 ways for you to actually get a sale. And so one of the things that Shannon's already mentioned is this power of partnership. So the first is really knowing your ideal client and actually finding them and not waiting for them to come to you. You don't have to wait for your newsletter to be filled. You can reach out to anybody that you want if you think that they're a good fit, and you can do it in the right way where it doesn't feel icky, I promise you. So ideal client, you got to be reaching out to them. The second is you've got to be building partnerships that have a mutual benefit and really thinking outside of the box on how to do that. There's so many ways to do it. It can be so much fun, but it's actually a strategy, building your partners. The third is how you build your ecosystem. And gosh, The retreat industry is filled with the ecosystem, but are you actively putting strategy around how you're owning authority inside your ecosystem based off the themes that your retreats are? And then the fourth way is through your inbound marketing. But if you're only doing inbound marketing, don't expect to fill your retreats until you have a really, really big audience and you're really, really known. But retreat, that's not why you started to or be a retreat host, isn't to be an influencer, right? You started a retreat industry to have women or men have a full experience with you, which means that relationship building sales strategies is the perfect fit for you.
Yes. All of what she just said. She very, very quickly dropped that she has a book, which is awesome. I do have beef to pick with you, though.
I don't know where it is. I didn't bring it in here.
We need it here in here.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I didn't bring it in here.
I do have beef to pick with you. I need that book on Audible.
I know.
I have it like notes and circles and stuff, which is great. And I love that, but I also love to listen to books. So I'm just throwing that at you.
Thank you.
But it will be in the show notes. So the link to purchase her book will be in the show notes. But if someone wanted to work with you, Dora, can they, and how does that work?
Yeah. Okay. So book is The Heart Sell, a women entrepreneur's guide to financial freedom. I'm all about economic power for women. And then I have a little course that you can take that gives you that outline of just what I said. So how to prospect, how to build a relationship, how to build the partnerships. That course is available for you. And it's me teaching live just like this. And then there's two other ways. One is through Camp Heart Sell. I said I was a camper. So I've got a group coaching program that you can come into, and I'm so accessible and I'm so there and I so want you to succeed. I work with a lot of retreat leaders. And then lastly, I have a high level one-on-one mentorship where I take you away. We get to go away and retreat, just the two of us, and work together long term.
That is amazing. I can tell you right now that all the women that are here in France, the ones that have already had their one-on-one with Dora, we were talking about it at dinner last night, Dora. So she doesn't know that what I'm going to say. And they were like, Shannon, like, oh my God, just in one single one-on-one, these women are getting so much out of it. And a lot of it is not just sales, which is very important. I don't mean to say just like it's not important, but the point is that it's also mindset. And so they really focused on the fact that it's both. And so I highly recommend, at the bare minimum, you check out her book. But I really think that if you're wanting to be successful as a retreat leader, like this is a business, not a game, not a hobby. This is a business, that you reach out and contact Dora because she's pretty awesome. So
thanks for having me. This was lovely.
Thank you for being on the show. All right. Y'all have a fantastic week, and I will be in France for another few days enjoying. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. Learn more at www.theretreatranch.com. See you next time.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.